opposite of what got them elected, and that's what Donald Trump just did with this action in Venezuela.
We heard the Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying at the press conference this morning that this, again, this is a paraphrase. I'm paraphrasing here, but essentially that people should take President Trump at his word. That if he says he's going to do it, in this case, he took action. He acted. He didn't just hold press conferences. And he says, and the president says this as well, that today's actions mean Americans are safer. You disagree with them?
Well, I do, and I talk to Californians all over the state, and going into Venezuela and, quote, running that country ranks at about 200th on their priorities. They're not focused on Venezuela. They're focused on the costs in Ventura and Vallejo, the rent in Los Angeles, and the grocery prices in Pasadena. And they have no faith that Donald Trump can run a country. He couldn't run a casino, and now he's going to run a country in South America while we watch as he fails to run a country in North America. That doesn't add up, and neither does this whole concept that we're going.
That's why Trump needs to be impeached.
And that it will pay for itself, essentially. We heard that over 20 years ago.
Because he's being a dictator. He's trying to give all the rich
$3 trillion.
more money.
At the top, we have seen mixed reactions as
Trump is a pedophile
all of this, both from
and a convicted felon of 34 counts.
We've seen real celebration from Americans who have ties to Venezuela or came from
His whole administrators need to be out of office.
Again, Maduro is a vicious, illegitimate dictator in a world with a lot of vicious, illegitimate dictators, like in North Korea, like in Russia. But what the president has done without going to Congress, and Congress, by the way, we're either going to be a check or a co-signer for the president. And right now it looks like this speaker wants to be a co-signer. And if you're not going to go to the Congress and he's not going to have a plan, all that does is cost us more. Again, we were promised costs would come down in America on day one. The president is 0 for 350, and he just added 30 million more people who are going to drain resources from a country that is already in quicksand as it relates to just getting by.
All right, Congressman Eric Swalwell, thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thanks, Jessica.
Still to come, Nicolas Maduro and his wife set to face federal drug and weapons charges.
That's why Trump needs out of office. Everyone, we need to start speaking up more. Let's get Trump out of office. Someone needs to come and capture him or bomb the USA and capture Trump because he's a convicted felon and a rapist. Someone needs to do something about him. That's why he's hiding the Epstein file, because he's guilty. He's scared because he's in it. And that's why he doesn't want it out.
I didn't have to do any sort of surgery. It was all me. Weight loss doesn't start with a prescription. It starts with you.
So everyone start being the voice and speak up more. Let your voice be known. Let's quit letting this dictator and wannabe king out of the USA.
Our right to reproductive health care is being stolen from us. I can't believe this is the world we live in, where we're losing the freedom to control our own bodies. We need your support now more than ever. Go online, call, or scan this code with your $19 monthly gift, and we'll send you this care no matter what t-shirt.
It is your right to have safe health care. That's it.
Go online, call, or scan right now.
Habitat for Humanity has helped tens of millions of people around the world build their lives on their own terms. We have so much more to do, and we can't do it alone, because all of this starts with home, and home starts
Everyone share.
Psoriatic arthritis symptoms can be unpredictable. One day, your joints hurt.
Next, it's on your skin.
I got Cosentix. Feels good to move.
Feel less joint pain, swelling and tenderness, back pain, and clearer skin. It helps stop further joint damage with Cosentix. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some were fatal. Tell your doctor if you have
And look,
symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough. Had a vaccine or plan to. Or if
see, we're gonna be at war. Remember, Putin was his friend at first. Now he's not. He lied to Putin. He lied. So we're at World War III because of Trump. So he needs to be out of office. And his whole administrators. They're not being the voice of the people. They're dictating everything.
So you can turn that $150 into something bigger. $150 bonus.
And he's also a convicted felon. Trump, and they're still letting him run free. Yeah, so everyone starts speaking up more.
You steal stuff?
Do you? It starts as a stranger that you want to have the greatest love affair with.
I made it.
You did.
I learned to be more confident in myself. I do have some questions for you, but now I'm afraid to ask them. Actors are actors. Mastermind on the CNN app.
Closed captioning brought to you by Mesobook.com.
If you or a loved one have mesothelioma, we'll send you a free book to answer questions you may have. Call now, and we'll come to you. 800-821-4000.
And we're back now with more on our breaking news as Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro officially in custody on U.S. soil, landing in New York City just a short time ago via helicopter. Maduro and his wife set to face drugs and weapons charges here after being detained overnight in a massive U.S. military operation in Venezuela. And joining us now, senior national security and legal analyst Carrie Cordero. Carrie, thank you so much for being here with us. I do think there are a lot of legal questions around this that are worth sorting through. Attorney
Look at that.
Bondi,
That's sickening.
on social media today that Nicolas Maduro has been charged with
I seen that on Facebook. Look, that's sick.
cocaine importation conspiracy.
Everyone's starting to think it's not really the Epstein, it's the Trump file
conspiracy to possess
that's been hidden.
destructive devices against the United States. So, knowing all of this,
That's sick.
How would you explain the legal precedent for charging the president of another nation with these types of crimes in our federal justice system?
Jessica, it's obviously a very significant indictment. It has these wide-ranging crimes. It's really a conspiracy for drug trafficking and corruption over a period of decades, as it's laid out in the newly unsealed superseding indictment. Maduro and his associates have been under investigation for many, many years by the Justice Department, and it spans across administration. He also was originally charged back in March of 2020 and indicted in the Southern District of New York. And so this new indictment updates the charges, updates the activities over the last few years, and really builds out the international terrorism organizations or the drug trafficking organizations that the administration is alleging that he was involved with and engaging in activities on behalf of.
Y'all, if y'all want to call Congress, here's the phone number. Call your Congress and let them know.
Former president of Honduras, who was convicted after a trial in the United States for some of the similar types of charges. And then if we look back a few decades, probably the most similar case is that of the late 1980s, when the U.S. government charged and then actually did go into the country to extract Manuel Noriega in Panama. So that's probably the other more significant case that we can look to as far as precedent.
Right. And what kind of challenges do you expect?
So everyone, call that number. Let them know. We don't want Trump in office.
Because there are some of these other
Call that number.
Drug trafficking cases, including some of these selected examples of former heads of states who have been alleged. And given the expertise that resides in the Southern District of New York, both in handling complex drug prosecutions as well as a very long record of sophisticated terrorism prosecutions, there is some experience that they have in bringing these kinds of cases. And I think the question really depends as far as challenges that they'll face in terms of what type of defense Maduro and then later his associates and his wife are brought to charges. What type of defense that they will launch? So, in other words, will they try to make some type of deal? Will they try to plead? Will they try to arrange something with the administration to get out of facing these charges on a long-term basis? But, in the former Honduran president example, that case actually went to trial, and then there was a conviction after it. So it just depends on how Maduro intends to handle this prosecution.
Quite interesting. Terry Cordero, good to have you. Thank you so much.
So someone needs to kidnap the president, because he can be in jail if another state or country was to make it happen.
Printed, framed, and delivered. Just with the keepsake app. This is a keepsake frame.
Because he's a convicted felon and a rapist. So someone needs to kidnap him and put him in jail.
Millions of photos framed. 68,000 five-star reviews. In a studio in Kentucky, where every frame is crafted with care. So if there's a photo that makes you smile, download the free Keepsake app today.
If you're living with HIV, imagine being good to go without daily HIV pills. Good to go.
And look at this, everyone.
Good to go on a whim. With Cabenuva, there's no pausing for daily HIV pills.
Look how sick that is.
Undetectable. Cabenuva is the only complete, long-acting HIV treatment you can get every other month. It's 2 injections from a healthcare provider, as few as 6 times a year. Don't take Cabenuva if allergic to its ingredients or taking certain medicines that may interact. Serious side effects include allergic reactions or rash, post-injection reactions, liver problems,
This is sick.
depression. If these occur, get medical help right away.
Where has he been having meetings at? Mar-a-Lago. This is sick. They still have kids there.
Side effect is injection site reaction. With Cabenuva, you're good to go without daily HIV pills.
So he needs to be in jail.
Are you considering a 1031 exchange but feeling overwhelmed? Origin can help.
He's a rapist.
Simplifies the process, eliminates expensive middlemen, and is informed by 2 decades of real estate investment experience. Download our free guide to learn how to successfully execute a 1031 exchange, streamline estate planning, and avoid common fee traps.
When it comes to 1031 exchanges, knowledge is power. Visit origininvestments.com/1031 to download your free guide today.
Here's when he was in office, the first couple years.
Mercy on the animals who've been left outside in the cold. Animals who've been abandoned, neglected.
Obama has more approval ratings than Trump right now.
They're fighting to stay alive, and every moment they spend suffering could be one moment too late. Visit joinaspca.org, call this toll-free number, or scan the code on your screen to sign up with your $19 monthly gift. And if you've ever thought about helping, this is the time. It's just 63 cents a day to help rescue animals who are suffering.
So everyone, see you next time.
We need
Until then.
3,000 new supporters in the next 30 days so we can rescue these innocent animals from cruelty. Please make this the moment that you say, I won't stand by while they suffer.